Shalom, shalom. It's your brother Yair from GMS Savannah, coming with another little quick lesson. But first and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem, Wakwadash, and double honors to the apostles and elders and elder bishop of Great Millstone, which rule well and teach well, and to the Arkham pushing this 100% true four corners of the earth, and to you hopefully elect of you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and speckled birds scattered amongst the heathen look like the heathens. Shalom. But this is a lesson that I'm getting into today, and still a lot of people don't know about this. But I'm gonna do this video, then I'm gonna hit precepts from the for this video I'm about to show you.
Viewers. Many unfortunate events happened to black men and women during the slave trade era. One of them was the use of their children as bait to catch alligators. Alligator bait, also known as gator bait, was said to have been practiced in the swamps of Florida and Louisiana during the 1800s and 1900s. Back then, alligator hunting was a profitable business, and the bodies of the alligators were used to make shoes, belts, bags, and other related items. As the Face to Face Africa website reports, some white hunters lost their arms and, in worst cases, lost their lives as they rustled the swampy waters at night attempting to attract alligators to the surface. Pictures, trinkets, and postcards were also sold to commemorate this dark, evil practice. Jim Crow Museum of Racist Memorabilia is often cited as a source of documentation because it contains artifacts and some other pieces of evidence of this gory act. Indeed, there is sufficient documentation to show that during the slave trade era, black babies were used as alligator bait. To buttress further claims that such a horrendous incident ever happened, there are different newspaper articles that have given credence to the actual occurrence of such dreadful act. For instance, in 1908, the Washington Times newspaper confirmed the existence of the gator bait in a tidal bait alligators with pickaninnies, where two black children had been used as bait for alligators. At that time, the New York Zoological Gardens zookeeper had sent two children to an enclosure with about 25 crocodiles and alligators. People watched as the hungry reptiles chased the children. A major reason for the use of black kids was because the zookeeper believed that the alligators had Epicurean fondness for the black man. While the infants played in the shallow water, the expert rifleman would watch from a concealment nearby. Sometimes, the children were tied near shorelines of marshes and rivers. Different accounts have been given of how the black baby's alligator chase actually happened. For instance, the Miami New Times reports that sometimes, the hunters would take the babies who were mostly toddlers, while their mothers weren't watching or were working in the fields. Slaves that had babies were easily targeted. The children were used to lure alligators out of the swamp so that the hunters could kill the animals and use their skin for business. The reptiles had to be let out so that they could be seen. In some cases, it got so bad that after using the babies as baits, they would only be rescued after the alligators had surfaced and were visibly about to harm the kids. Some other stories have revealed that the mothers of the babies were paid about $2 for their children to be used to lure reptiles, and that no baby was hurt in the process. However, it is unthinkable that a mother would freely leave her offspring for such gory exercise. The gator bait story has been denied several times, but there are different oral accounts, publications, and documentaries that reveal its actual practice. Even after the news was widely reported by the American press, the Chipley Chamber of Commerce once denied the story and said that it was a silly lie, false and absurd. Sadly, the callous abuse of these children was characterized in postcards and figurines. Many of these humorous postcards existed during the slave trade era. A candy manufacturer once created a distasteful advertisement that featured a hungry-looking alligator advancing towards a baby. There were also popular songs and rhymes about using babies as alligator bait. For instance, Mammy's Little Alligator Bait 1899 by Henry Wise and Sidney Perrin was one of such. The cover act shows a black American father throwing a rock at an alligator coming towards his children, while the wife runs to protect the children. Dark histories such as this, which revolve around the alligator bait, are quite disheartening, especially since there is hardly any news of the zookeepers being punished for their evil acts. The silence of the authorities, when it happened, is even more baffling. The presumption that the various jokes, memorabilia, and advertisements were fictitious or untrue is baseless. However, the artifacts that exist will forever tell a story of what truly happened. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy right there. To see what Esau Edom did to the children, man. And the women took the little bit of change they gave them, man, to help them catch these alligators, for their hide, for their skin and stuff to make money, the women, they sold out, you know, not knowing, most most likely the child wasn't coming back. You know what I'm saying? And that's crazy, man. You know, the women, man, they definitely out of order, man. That's how they did things, man. That's why they have the trouble they having to this day, man. Hand in hand with Esau. You know. But we're gonna start right here with Ezekiel 35 and 5, and it says, "Because thou hast had a perpetual hate, hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword in the time of their calamity, and in the time of their iniquity have an end." Yeah, they lose. They used all kind of swords against Jake. Well, the sword that they used was the rope. Like I say, they used it, for hanging, and they use it for putting around the babies and putting them on the banks for the alligators, man. And who's the more profane man than Esau, man? They sat there and saw that, and they had no, hey, man, it didn't bother me at all, man, to see those babies getting taken by those big alligators, man. And I'm pretty sure they were big, and those kids didn't know fear and alligators, and they didn't even have that fear in them being that young, man. They had no idea what the situation they were put in. That's ridiculous, man. But they've hating Israel for from the beginning, from Jacob and Esau, man. They've always wanted to shed our blood, man, and that goes back to Genesis, and that's still to this day, man. Jakes are still getting taken out all over the place, and like I say, and this is right here that a lot of people don't know about, man. So I just try to edify the sheep about this, because a lot of people still don't know about this. And then we go down here for Obadiah 1 and 10, "And for thou violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and shall be cut off forever." And that's in Obadiah, man, for what they have did to the apple of the Lord's eyes, man. They're gonna be cut off forever. It's just it's unbelievable that what they've done, but the Lord had put it in them to be crooked and not straight, man. And so they didn't have any remorse, seeing this and stuff like that. Jake's them getting deleted. Even looking at the children, man, they were cold-blooded, man. They didn't give a damn about about that, man. They were trying to make mad Luca. And right here, I'm gonna finish up right here on Revelation 13 and 9. It says, "If any man has an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killed with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the patience and the faith of the saints." Yep. And that's with us being patient, man. We can't do anything. We can't be cardinal and out here from the stuff that's happened with Jake, man, getting killed out here and shot and whatever and deleted. But we gotta just gotta just don't do anything cardinal, man. Leave everything in the hands of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. And like I say, whatever those devils did to them Israelite babies, they're gonna pay for that. You know what I'm saying? They gonna get killed. They gonna get deleted by the way they did those children. You know, and just like on the news the other day, so-called Edomite got deleted by an alligator. Trying to protect his wife, and so he could go back to those. It came back from during that time, man, because you come back for your judgment. So he could have been probably one of those ones, with the babies put on the banks of the rivers, man, to capture big gators, man. We just got to understand that, man. You come back here for your judgment. You've been here before several times, and like I say, these Esau Edom, man, they have a perpetual hate for us, man, and they can't help it, because you know why? The Heavenly Father put it in them, man. They can never be straight. They always going to be crooked. And that perpetual hate is going to be like that until Yahweh shot crack those skies, man, with the 144. Then everything gonna get flipped. But these curses are starting to come upon Esau Edom. You see it in the news all the time, man. A lot of these Gator attacks are basically Esau Edom, man. So it's no coincidence, Judgment is coming on to them. But it's just something that I want to be edifying to, hopefully edifying to the sheep. And Koram Yasharala, and on to the next lesson. And Shalom.